What's up, YouTube? I'm back at it again with another reaction for y'all. As far as it goes, we just had D23 Brazil this past weekend with Marvel and Kevin Feige and all these people just released a ton of news about stuff and stuff that we don't get to see. So, we have to rely on other sources to see them. But today we got some breaking news that Kevin Feige drops a whole bunch of Phase 6 Slate news and X-Men, Deadpool, Wolverine, all this stuff. Basically, the future of the MCU, what's going to happen, with Blade and all types of stuff. And so they just released all this news to talk about it. So we're going to go ahead and watch Cosmic Wonder. He's one of reliable sources when it comes to anything comic book wise, and he actually got the scoop on stuff that was talked about at D23 that we didn't get to see. So let's go ahead and check this video out because I'm curious about what they're going to talk about. So hopefully, we get to see some stuff that we haven't heard yet. So let's go ahead and check it out.
So right now, Disney / Marvel Studios / Kevin Feige, they are all at Disney's D23 event in Brazil. And as expected, and what was told to us by some insiders, Marvel Studios wasn't going to really show us anything too brand new, but just talk about the upcoming projects that they have that we already really know about: Captain America Brave New World, Thunderbolts, etc. We were told not to really expect any huge reveals, and we haven't seen any yet. However, during an interview with Omelette, a Brazilian outlet, Kevin Feige has dropped some major bombs about Phase 6. And as it turns out, it looks like some of the reports that we've heard in the past not too long ago are true. Kevin Feige talks about the Phase 6 slate, he talks about the future of Deadpool and Wolverine, and the future of the X-Men. So again, at D23, not anything huge revealed on any type of panel, but this interview with Kevin Feige actually did get some great stuff out of him. So let's go ahead and jump into what he told Omelette. Or since it's Brazilian, I guess it could be omelete. Someone will have to correct me if that's not how it's said. My apologies if it's wrong. Now, the first thing we'll talk about is Deadpool and Wolverine, because we've been hearing from multiple different sources, some big, some small, after Deadpool and Wolverine got out of theaters, that Kevin Feige wants more of them, and they're even thinking about doing a Deadpool and Wolverine 2. We've heard that Hugh Jackman is even sticking around to play Wolverine after Avengers Secret Wars, which is crazy.
That's some good news because I heard about the whole recasting and everything like that for Wolverine. So he wants to stick around and play Wolverine now. So I'm kind of, I like it, but then a lot of people wanted to see the Henry Cavill version of Wolverine come about too. So I don't know. People gonna be kind of, they gonna kind of flip floppy sides now because they're gonna be like, oh man, I wanted to see what Henry Cavill gonna do, but now he wants to stick around. Hugh Jackman wants to stick around now.
But if they want to continue to do Deadpool and Wolverine movies, I guess that's how it's going to have to be. Because when asked about the future of Deadpool and Wolverine, this is what Kevin Feige said: the plans with Deadpool and Wolverine will always be the same. We're always wondering where can we fit them and how quickly. This seems to be kind of a confirmation that, yeah, we're going to see them show up in Doomsday, and if not, at least Avengers Secret.
Everybody know that's gonna happen. If they don't have them in Doomsday or Secret Wars, that would be blasphemy, basically. But they both got to be in that movie. Both, not I don't know if both movies, but at least one of the movies. Their presence got to be known in those movies.
Wars. But this does give a lot of credibility to the rumors that say they are sticking around after Avengers Secret Wars, and they are indeed planning on doing another Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So fans of the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, we should all be pretty happy. We're going to get a second one eventually, it looks like, and we're definitely seeing Deadpool and Wolverine show up in either Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, or maybe just Secret Wars, but they are going to be returning. Then they asked about the X-Men, and this also kind of segues into what he would go on to talk about.
My boy Gambit. I hope they do Gambit justice. I want to see how this new version of X-Men is gonna look in the MCU. Like, if these are just concept pictures, but if they like this, then yeah, they look better.
For Phase 6 and what they are going to focus on for Phase 6. But about the X-Men, he said, when we were preparing for Avengers Endgame years ago, it was a matter of getting to the grand finale of our narrative, and then having to start all over after that. This time, heading into Secret Wars, we already know very well what the story is going to be up until then and after that. The X-Men are an important part of that future. Now, you can interpret what he said in a couple of different ways, and I actually interpret it in both ways, and let me explain. One way you could read this is, yeah, they have a lot of plans for the X-Men post Secret Wars. So after Secret Wars happens, the X-Men are going to be the primary focus of the next saga. And this part is entirely true. We've already known that, but Kevin Feige is giving us that big, clear confirmation right here. However, another way you could interpret this is that the X-Men are going to play a big role leading up to Secret Wars and then after Secret Wars as well. And this way is also correct. However, we already know that we're going to see a lot of the former X-Men from Fox returning, the original X-Men. I'm pretty sure about this, and I think a lot of people think the same way, but I'm pretty sure Deadpool's universe that he's in right now, the 10,005 universe, is going to eventually collide with our main 616 universe. And remember, the old X-Men from the Fox universe are in that universe, so that's when we'll get all of the old X-Men. I'm sure they'll introduce new ones as well, but the new team is really going to be saved for Phase 7 of the MCU and the next saga. But as far as the end of Phase 6 goes, Kevin Feige seemingly tells us that we have all of Phase 6. When speaking with the outlet at D23 Brazil, they were talking about whether or not Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios still has some productions to announce for the 2026 and 2027 movie calendar, which would be the rest of Phase 6 that we're waiting for. But Kevin Feige made it pretty clear what his focus was for the remainder of the multiverse saga. He said, and I quote, "When you set out to make 2 Avengers movies, they are colossal, gigantic, and consume you completely. But we have already announced a Spider-Man movie that will be released between Doomsday and Secret Wars." And the Omelette article stated that he was implying that this will be the extent of the MCU calendar for now. So this lines up with a few reports that we've gotten in the past, not too long ago. We've done videos about this, that Phase 6 is pretty much complete. In fact, it really does look like the rest of the MCU calendar for the multiverse saga is complete. So we went over these a couple of weeks ago, but we'll just quickly go over what the schedule for Phase 6 apparently is going to be. And this does seem like this is it. This is locked in. We have your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Captain America, Brave New World, Daredevil, Born Again, the Thunderbolts, the Fantastic Four, First Steps, Eyes of Wakanda, Ironheart, Marvel Zombies, Wonder Man. Then we have an untitled Marvel movie, which is scheduled for February 13th of 2026. We have Avengers Doomsday, May 1st, 2026. Spider-Man 4, scheduled for July 26th of 2026. We then have an untitled Marvel movie for November 6th of 2026. And then Avengers Secret Wars, May 7th, 2027. Now, this untitled Marvel movie that is scheduled for November 6th of 2026, this might not happen because Kevin Feige said they are focusing all of their attention on these 2 Avengers movies, and then Spider-Man comes out in between them. He didn't mention anything else, so they might simply just cancel this slot altogether. Now, Blade is
Well, he's just about to talk about Blade too right now. I just paused it, and I was just getting ready to talk about Blade because I was like, hopefully Blade can be one of those, but it don't look like it. Let's see.
Isn't on there either, but Kevin Feige did talk about Blade with the same outlet, and he basically said they are still fully committed to it. Mahershala Ali is still fully committed to it. They love his take on the character, so the movie is still happening. It just kind of depends on when they can get it done and if they can get it right. But this untitled Marvel movie for February 13th of 2026 that comes,
I think that should be Blade. February 2026 should be Blade. That should be the Blade date.
Out before Avengers Doomsday, that's probably the only thing that's not revealed to us yet, and this is most likely a Doctor Strange 3 project. That is probably the only thing that Marvel Studios has not revealed to us yet, and Doctor
Strange does play a big role in it.
Strange 3, we say that because it makes the most sense considering where we left off with Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness in the post-credit scene where Clea showed up and told him that he caused an incursion and they have to fix it. That storyline obviously goes right into the overall story of the Multiverse saga, and that story will most likely build up to Doom, because if Doom is going to be the main threat, in which we know he is going to be, it's literally called Avengers Doomsday, then he might be causing some incursions to happen as well, or at least people might be thinking that he's causing incursions to happen, because that is what happens in the comics. He's actually trying to save the multiverse, but in the process, a lot of people think that he's going around destroying universes. And that's something I think we'll discover in Doctor Strange 3. I think we'll discover that, yes, Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange variants have caused incursions, but they're not the big threat that some other multiversal groups think they are. And in fact, the big overall threat is indeed Victor Von Doom. And that should lead us right into Avengers Doomsday, just a few months later after this untitled Marvel movie, which we believe is Doctor Strange 3, but we'll have to wait and see on that. However, in the meantime, this does appear to be, for the most part, and it could change, but the entire multiverse saga slate. I suppose they could come out with some Disney Plus shows somewhere, but it really does sound like, from what Kevin Feige said, they are just focusing on the Avengers movies and that Spider-Man movie in between, and that's all we got. So besides that, everything else, all the release dates, they've been taken up except for that one untitled movie. So it could change, but this looks to be it, and I, for one, am okay with them spending all of their time and efforts.
I'm okay with it too. I just want them to add Blade in there. I want Blade to be a part of this. I want to see. I don't want to wait on him. We've been waiting long enough for Blade. We've been waiting for Blade, and now it seems like they're finally getting it together. So I'm like, man, just start filming that movie next year, and you'll be able to get it out. You'll be able to get it out by 2026. So if it's not February, then put it on the November one or whatever. So, I mean, hopefully, man, hopefully.
Into focusing on the two Avengers movie and the Spider-Man movie in between. That way, they're absolutely epic. But go ahead and let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. What do you think about what Kevin Feige said about Deadpool and Wolverine, the X-Men, and the rest of Phase 6 for the Multiverse Saga? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things with the MCU and never miss any news. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Oh man, yeah, we go. I like the fact that they have the saga already ready to go, and not adding any more, not taking anything else off. Because I mean, like I say, Doomsday and Secret Wars are gonna be really big movies. So I understand what they're talking about, the focus on those two movies, because they got a lot of story to tell on both of those. And making sure Doctor Strange is coming out is gonna be big, because Doctor Strange plays a pivotal role with Doctor Doom and everything, if you don't know. So I'm glad that they doing that. I hope they don't take that last spot away. Just give it to Blade. I think they should give it to Blade and try to get the movie done. Just try. But other than that, I mean, I'm glad that they not adding anything or removing anything. I'm looking forward to all of the projects that are coming out, because I do think Marvel's getting themselves back on track, and I do want to see what the new X-Men are gonna look like, but they're saving that for after the multiverse saga. So they're saving it for the mutant saga. But I do believe that we're gonna see X-Men in Secret Wars. We're gonna see probably the old school X-Men in the Secret Wars, because like I said, like they said, it's gonna be a part of. They're coming from Deadpool's universe, so we're gonna see a lot of those X-Men in that movie, or either one. I'm not sure which one, but most likely Secret Wars. But yeah, it's gonna be epic, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I'm ready to sit in the movie theater with my food and my drink and just enjoy the movies. And I do collect all the stuff from the movie. Every time we go to the movies, I collect all the tins and cups and all types of stuff from all the movies. I do plan on putting a little cabinet or whatever against the wall or whatever to showcase all my stuff eventually when I do buy one. But like I said, let me know what y'all think down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe to your boy. And that's all I can say. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It'll just help me out a little bit. But till then, y'all have a good day. Peace out, y'all.